Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Model Kit Beginner. Today we have a look at the Dodge Charger, the 68 Dodge Charger, which is the famous bullet Dodge Charger RT. And this particular one is from Revell. I think it came out in the late 90s, 97, round about there, and has been repopped numerous times, many times. In all different versions. This one here I'm having, let me have a look, is a 2013 repop. Here we go. Right, you can see it's 21.3 centimeters long. It has 139 parts. Here you can see some details on the box. It's the only side of the box, which is interesting. Right, Dodge Charger, obviously 68, as I say, is a B-body Chrysler, and had the famous Coke bottle design, and obviously this particular one came out between 68 and 70. Now, it is obviously a classic shape. I think it's very elegant. I like it a lot. And let's have a look what it looks like in the box. And as usual, we start with the instruction manual, which is right over here. Dodge Charger, a little bit of a description of the Dodge Charger, the normal Revell stuff here on the first, the normal Revell most complicated color call out right over here. Here you have all the sprues, so you can check if everything which should be in the box is in the box. And then we start, as usual, with the engine. I think the engine in here is supposed to depict the 440 Magnum. The 68 Charger also could be ordered with a 428 Hemi. Right, it's the normal putting stuff together instruction sheet of Revell. I would say you get what they call a stock on the street version, so there's differences in the hood, whether you have the scoop or not, and in the wheels. I don't think there's much else which is a little different. They say over 120 parts, so it's not as large, so you can put stuff together. Here in the hood you can see how you can cut out and put the scoop in if you want to do that. I don't think I will do that. I like the sleek design without the hood. There you have the backlights, and there you have once again the street and the stock version with or without the hood and the wheels, rally wheels, or these wheels over here. There's one little thing I would like to show you, which I found very interesting, and that should be done more often. You see this over here. There's a piece of clear plastic where behind you put your decals for the dashboard, so for your speedo, etc. So you have a glass over it, which certainly will make it look more realistic, and you don't need to put fat clear coat over it to simulate the glass. I like that a lot. Anyway, Dodge Charger comes with a few decal options. Let's have a quick look at those. You have decals for the dashboard right over here. Then you have the Revell tires and other decals right over here. Branding and engine bay decals as well right over here. Here we go. Then you have different stripe options for the back vertical stripe, and then you have quite a few options for the registration. Go. Oh no, my protection fell off. Let's put it back on. Here we go. And let's have a look at the glass. It does come with pre-ridded glass for the taillights, and then we have these glasses over here, which do not look too bad at all. And there is that famous glass I was just talking about, which you put in your dashboard and then put your decals behind it, and you have the glass effect above. I like that a lot. I think that's a brilliant idea, and I wonder why it hasn't been done more often. Right, let's try I fiddle the glass again here. We have succeeded. And we have a quick look at the tires. Tires are nothing to write home about for on a tree, if you want so. Semi-soft, have a tread on there, which is also nothing to write home about. So tires I've seen better, I've seen worse. It is what it is. Need to clean them up. And that's the tires. Then the chrome, well, here we have the, what they call the stock version, the street version wheels, right over here, which are steelies with these wheel covers, or you could then alternative, use the rally wheels, which I find more appealing. Also have the famous Charger grille over here, back bumpers, and other parts which are totally chromed, which probably need to be de-chromed and re-chromed again because of these things over here. It is just such a bummer that they do that, but it is what it is, and we will de-chrome and re-chrome it. No problem. We'll do that without worries. Right. Let's have a look at the white plastic, shall we? There's quite a bit of it kicking about. If you know what I mean, quite a bit of it. Here we go. Put it to one side. We have the steelies, if you want to use them. Otherwise, you have some spare steelies. Always good to have some spare steelies. Then we have engine parts over here. Engine halves. We have the valve covers, etc. Oil pan, front part, the belt assembly, very nice radiator fan. That is over here, and other parts right over here, which looks like air cleaners, I would assume. Right. Also, look with me at the quality of the parts. If you see much flash, there are seam lines. If you look here, there are some seam lines, but there isn't overly flashy, not at all. Looking at the front grille over here, if you want to use that one, that's actually the back side, and the firewall, I would assume, yes it is. It is the firewall right over here, and the back bracing, because they were quite loosey-goosey, flexy. Right, looking at the next one, we have the bonnets, which is very nice. So they are two different ones, nothing to cut out, so that's pretty cool. Together with the air scoop, we have some flash on the steering wheel. We have the two horns, distributor. This looks like the brake booster. This might be part of the interior of the dashboard or whatever it is. We will see. We will see when we build it. It's something. Here we have engine halves, not engine halves, these gearbox halves over here. Different versions of your pulley system. Here we have the dashboard right over here. Way around, Roland. Here we go. There it is. So this is where these two glasses come in with the decals. Here you have the cover on the back. We have differential right over here. Here you have the pedals. There's a very light flash, really. Okay, what's over here? But yeah, nothing. It looks a decent normal 90s Revell kit. Now you could see it in the instructions. It is a normal 90s setup. Here you have the exhaust system, obviously double exhaust with a 440 radiator shroud, radiator, and A-arms. This looks like the steering column. There's quite some detail in here, so that's very, very nice here, part of the steering mechanism right over here. Let's have a look at the interior hub. That's over here, nothing molded in. Love that, love that, love that. So if you want to put in the rear seat, you can do so. There is the rear seat. couple of points. Here it has the side panels, which looks nice and detailed. You can go to town on that. So interior was probably mostly black, so that's fine. And then we have the pan, and that is reasonably detailed at the bottom. Actually looks very nice. So you can go crazy with that. And we have the seats, 2 parts of those. Like nice seats over here, also detailed and very nice indeed. So I must say, all in all, this appears to be a very, very decent kit of a very, very lovely car. So I think it is certainly worth, if you get it somewhere and you like the Dodge Charger or like this general kind of design, you know, the GTO, 67 GTO with the flying buttresses. You see the Dodge Charger has the flying buttresses, and I haven't obviously shown you the body yet, because I'm an idiot. Here we go. There you have the body, and takes over here. And you have the famous flying buttresses. As I said, the GTO had those. Jaguar later had those as well. Obviously very, very sexy indeed. And yeah, they have this molded in here, which is fine, because Mopars all had those body colored, so that is not a problem whatsoever. It's a lovely body. It has a bit of sharp edges, which obviously need to get some attention, like the tank filler, which is detailed, and yeah, I think it's decent enough, certainly is. And I'm very, very excited about this, and I certainly will start building it some other time. Busy with there's too many things at the moment. Busy with a Bussing lorry and a 53 Corvette. And while all this was drying, I started cleaning up my Trubby. So that's what I'm busy with. And the Dodge Charger will be in line for sure. Lovely kit, I think, for a late 90s kit. It's a lovely, lovely kit. You should have a lot of fun with this. And this is all I have to say about the 68 Dodge Charger RT from Revell in 1225. Thanks very much for watching, and greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.